I talked to Rodney Bradley today and his dad today. He's feeling a lot better. He was in a lot of pain. It was extreme broken lower leg.
I hope you're all having a pleasant evening. Wasn't enough that losing the game on the road to Idaho Saturday, 35-23, but the UH football team also lost receiver Rodney Bradley for the season with a broken left leg. Hawaii head coach Greg McMackin talked with Bradley today. He's still in Idaho, recovering from the surgery he had right after the game.
They put a rod in it. It was very successful. The doctors feel very good about it. I talked to them. Rodney is in no pain now. He feels so much better. He's one of the greatest kids I've ever been around. Humble, classy. I just hate for him to be so far away from home and be hurt like that. So he's part of our family, and we're going to take care of him.
Coach says Bradley returns home tomorrow. He'll be on crutches for 4 months. Problems with the Warriors? Many right now. Vandals were 8 of 10 on third down. Hawaii surrendered 420 yards total offense, 194 on the ground, and UH put 2 kickoffs out of bounds. Bright spot? One big one. Quarterback Bryant Moniz, in his second start, 30 of 42 for 360 yards and a touchdown, plus he ran for 32 yards and another TD.
I could talk up here for an hour about how proud and happy I am. He's going to continue to improve. He's going to play for us for the next 2 years. He's a leader. I mean, he's a guy that's a walk-on and sells pizza to make money on the weekends. What a positive story that is.
Warriors 2-3 overall, 0-3 in the WAC. This week they host 6th-ranked Boise State. Unbeaten Broncos listed as 24 points.
Well, the Warrior football team has suffered plenty of injuries this season. First, it was quarterback Greg Alexander who went down with a season-ending knee injury. Then this past Saturday, the team lost wide receiver Rodney Bradley. The injuries couldn't come at a worse time. The Warriors face quite possibly their toughest opponent of the season on Saturday when Boise State comes to town. The Broncos are currently ranked 4th in the BCS poll and have won 7 of the last 8 games against the Warriors.
Well, we've got to move the football, and we've got to play third down, and we've got to get some turnovers, to get the offense on the football field. We got to move the ball. We got to finish. We've got to get it in the end zone, and defensively, we've got to stop somebody. To beat Boise State, they're really a sound football team. So we have to play a sound football game.
In UH football, wide receiver Rodney Bradley will be checking out of a hospital on the mainland and returning to Hawaii tomorrow. Bradley had an extreme break in his lower left leg that required season-ending surgery.
They put a rod in it. It was very successful. The doctors feel very good about it. I talked to them. He's going to have a tough time when he gets back. He's going to have to be on crutches for 4 months. He's completely planning on being ready. He's already started rehabbing for next season.
Bradley was hurt in the Idaho game on Saturday. Coach Mack said he was impressed to hear that Coach Rob Akey and some of his Vandal players went to visit Bradley while he's been recovering in the Moscow. Bradley had been ranked 13th in the country with 103 yards receiving per game. His replacement will likely be Joe Avery, who came in to fill in for Bradley against Idaho in the second quarter. Avery is a 6'5" sophomore from California who made 3 catches for 41 yards versus the Vandals. He also played in 3 games in 2008. Coming up on the Coach Mack Show, a profile on Lele'Hua grad Bryant Moniz. He is a real working quarterback, paying his way through school with a part-time pizza job. Also on the Coach's Show, a full recap from Idaho and a look ahead at Saturday's opponent, 6th-ranked Boise State. Coach Mack actually opened his press conference today, though, not talking about football, but UH volleyball.
What's special about Dave Shoji is that he's done it from being a non-BCS school and not having the same financial situations that a lot of BCS people do. So he, in my mind, is as great a coach as there is. He's done a great job of recruiting. I like being around him because he's a winner and he's just a class act.
Of course, Coach Mack is referring to Rainbow Wahine volleyball coach Dave Shoji's amazing feat this past weekend, becoming just the 2nd coach in NCAA history to reach 1,000 wins by beating out New Mexico State. Tonight, Hawaii hopes to get him 1,001 wins as UH hosts La Tech.
From injuries to a 4-game losing streak to an upcoming matchup with the 4th-ranked team in the BCS in Boise State, the UH football team is dealing with a whole lot, and with that comes pressure and some negativity, maybe even criticism. But at his weekly press conference, head coach Greg McMackin says he's not going to let any of that affect his squad.
You can't imagine all the people that come up and tell me they're still behind us. There are so many great Warrior fans out there. I know there's the few that jump on the radio and send emails, you know, when their names aren't on it and that type of thing. But I've seen so many people that really do care and really understand what's going on. And all I can do is work as hard as I can do. Those kids are working as hard as they can do. That's all we can do. You know, I mean, we're not going to quit. We're going to fight through it.
On other issues, Coach Mack also said the receiver Rodney Bradley underwent successful surgery to insert a rod in the lower left leg he broke in Saturday's loss to Idaho. According to Mack, Bradley will have to be on crutches for about 4 months, but he is hopeful that he can make a return to the football field as soon as next season. McMackin says Javante Taylor, Joe Avery, and Mike Tinoco are among the top candidates to replace Bradley long term. He added that Greg Salas will not be moved from slot back to wideout. Former UH Warrior and 49er linebacker Jeff Ulbrich was placed on injured reserve today, effectively ending his season because of a concussion. The 10-year vet was examined by a neurologist last week regarding a concussion he suffered against the Rams. That was back on October 4th, and today the decision was made to shut him down for the year. Ulbrich has said that he is not ruling out the possibility of retirement. Meanwhile, another former Warrior linebacker, Pisatinoy Samoa of the Bears, missed 3 games with a torn posterior cruciate ligament in his right knee before returning to Chicago's lineup last night against the Falcons. But in the 4th quarter of that game, Pisa apparently re-injured the knee, reportedly suffering cartilage damage. He underwent an MRI today, and the full extent of the injury is not yet known.